So I made this video about June 27th or so, and I was addressing some local controversy in my area. I mean, this probably doesn't really affect you, but content is content, I guess. Little heads up that the aspect ratio is weird, and this was kind of my first venture into editing, so it's a little rough around the edges, but I think it's still fun. Okay, cool, enjoy. Alright, so chances are, if you've been on Facebook as of recently and you live anywhere near Boise, you've seen something about Pizzle Chick or two. Basically, they're a family-owned pizzeria, and they do like these weekly characterizations where they advertise their menu. For the most part, it's fun, it's a little cringy, but this last one that they did for Shark Week, well,
Hey everybody, welcome to Fireside Menu Chat. I am Jacqueline Jaws.
As you can see, some people appropriately took plenty of offense to this. The reason that this is so offensive is because it strongly resembles black minstrel shows in blackface. Basically, back in the late 1800s and the early 1900s, you would have all these white actors putting on black face makeup and red lipstick, and they would go on stages across the country and they would make fun of black people, and it was pretty horrific. These shows did some pretty lasting damage to the black community considering how society viewed them, so as you can see appropriately, there is some pretty painful history behind this. So now we return to Pizzle Chick. Could this video be viewed as blackface? Well, first off, we have the black makeup and the red lipstick, which is two pretty big strikes. Now, in the comments section, you had a lot of these people saying that he said Chocolate John.
I'm Jacqueline Jaws.
However, this was clarified to be him saying Jacqueline Jaws, which I think makes a lot more sense given the context.
And because it's Shark Week, it's down at the Discovery Center, there's a shark display down there. The name of my character might not have come across in the video very clear, was Jacqueline Jaws.
Now, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't think that this video is entirely malicious. I do not think that Brad, the owner of the restaurant, made this video to be malicious towards the black community in Boise. I don't think that while brainstorming this video, he thought, I want to take down black people today. I think that the decision-making that went into this video was rather one of ignorance than malicious. Is malicious a word? I have no idea. Okay, it turns out the word is actually malice, pardon me. Later, Brad posted an apology video, and I watched it, and I think it felt pretty genuine. First off, you can see the entire thing was taken in one shot. There are no jump cuts, there's no fancy editing, and it didn't exactly feel rehearsed either, since he was stumbling over his words, and he didn't really know what to do with his hands or his hat. Also, the camera guy was super unfocused, like it did not feel practiced, which I think add to the God, I suck at words today. It made the video feel a little bit more genuine for me, and that's what matters. You can even hear it in his voice and the inflections and that kind of thing.
And very much sorry if I have offended anybody with my last video.
I think that Brad legitimately feels sorry about this. There's kind of a generational gap when it comes to awareness of social issues like race relations and this kind of thing. Given Brad's probable upbringing, he didn't exactly know much about blackface and minstrel shows, and that's okay because it's not his fault that he doesn't know about these things. However, he knows now, and we can hold him responsible if anything like this happens again. A social conscience is something that you develop throughout your life through mistakes, from talking with other people, through different experiences. I think that Brad's was just a little undeveloped. It didn't mean that he was malicious, that he was out to hurt anybody. He was just a little dumb. Let me reiterate, the video is offensive, the video is bad, the video should be removed. But to say that Brad and Pizzle Chick are racist, I think that kind of trivializes real racism to begin with. Real racism is from a place of hatred, it's from a place of malice. I'm not exactly getting that vibe from Pizzle Chick and Brad. What I think that this could be better classified as is ignorance. Simply being not hip to these kinds of things. Well, now they know, and now we can hold them accountable for these things in the future. They made a mistake. They made a pretty diddly darn big mistake. But I think that we, Boise as a community, should judge these guys based on how they react. This is the moment of truth for their character. So I guess I'm just asking you to think about it, and take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I am not exactly an expert on race relations in America, seeing as I am white, and I am cisgendered, and I am male. I am definitely no martyr, and I don't know anything that a lot of these people who are offended by this have felt. I'm just trying to look at this from a logical point of view. You have every right to boycott, you have every right to be offended, just be smart about it, okay? If this is enough reason for you to quit eating there, that's totally fine, that's definitely your choice. So, again, shout out to Pizzle Chick. Take down the video if you haven't already, and be sure to contact ADL or the Black History Museum and see what you could possibly do to help out this community and possibly make things a little better. Hey, thanks for taking the time to listen to my thoughts. If you disagree, be sure to let me know. I'm always learning, I'm totally open to new perspectives. No matter how you feel about this, be sure to put in your voice, because the more we talk about this, the more awareness that we can bring so that stuff like this doesn't happen anymore. Together we can bring about like a totally better society for everybody to live in, and that would be super awesome. So keep on keeping on, and like, have a nice day.
Tonight, a Boise restaurant owner is apologizing after a promotional video that he posted on Facebook was called racist.
People said, you know what blackface is? Of course I know what blackface is.
The video was shared on the Social Justice Warriors Facebook page. The reputations of his restaurant and his family have been dragged through the mud.
It hasn't been fun.
Easy. I'm your host, Paul Correct, or PC. First, I'd like to start by saying hi to somebody who I've been dying to meet. Sally Salza.
I'm happy to meet you too, Paulie.
Whoa, Sally, it's Paul.
Oh, sorry.
That's better. Now, let's get right to the menu, shall we?